Parker what she thought about that loss that we showed in the pregame.
Connecticut, and she said that she learned a lot about her team in the way that they showed a lot of resilience, able to bounce back and come back running the system under duress. And foul against Chante LeBlanc as Parker went to the bucket.
One of the best defensive teams in the country against Pat Summitt's team that averages 75 points per game.
Bobbitt throws up the runner and gets it to fall.
Mark, we've got a great matchup at the one position with Bobbitt and Erica White, both diminutive stature but excellent speed, both great push-the-pace guards. Really interested to see how that matchup plays.
Bobbitt is coming off one of her better games. Had 15 in the last one. Here's fouls, double team. LeBlanc from the corner drills the three.
She's really capable. She doesn't shoot as often as you think she could with the percentage she has, but she's just solid and steady.
And that's a good sign for LSU because three-point shooting hasn't been one of their strong points. Parker missed the shot, and Anisicki had it knocked out of bounds. Rather animated Chapman on the sidelines.
Boy, Pokey just went after Lisa Mattingly. I don't know whether she was trying to get a player or June Courteau's attention, but she was hot.
Spencer. Hornbuckle goes inside. Parker fouled. Fouls was in the area, but I think that's going to be against Portia Phillips, her first person.
Now, this is exactly what I was speaking to a moment ago. Candace Parker back to the basket, initiating contact. You can't shy away from 6'6". They're obviously getting some assistance from the strong side of the floor on Candace. But Pat Summitt would like to see her, I think, get to the free throw line with great consistency.
Candace Parker dropped 25 and 10 in her last game against Mississippi. And over the last 4 games, she has really been on a pretty nice tear for Tennessee, averaging 26 points and 10 rebounds. Parker had been struggling from the free throw line a little bit, but got it straightened out, and now a little full court pressure by the Lady Vols.
Well, she actually sat and watched some videotape with assistant coach Dean Lockwood. One of the things that we'll watch tonight, she's getting up on her tippy toes and following through on the free throw. So it'll be interesting to watch tonight where her toes are on the release.
Boy, good pressure on the wings as Hornbuckle comes up with the pinch. Parker shut off on the baseline. Out of bounds. Actually, I think we're going to have a foul on the play. It's going to go against Portia Phillips. That's her second personal foul. And up off the bench quickly is Misha Williams.
Now, this drastically changes your rotation. I mentioned Ashley Thomas earlier. She had the ankle injury, so that's why she's not in the starting lineup. They anticipate she'll be back for the SEC tournament. We'll see how it plays. The knee injury, excuse me.
She is a big key for what LSU likes to do. She was hurt in that game against UConn, suffered a torn lateral meniscus in her knee, and the prognosis is anywhere between 2 and 3 weeks. There's that three-quarter court pressure again. Erica White handles it, and they turn it over. Good pass for Williams. She just couldn't find the handle.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say the same thing. That's a catchable pass. You don't want to be complacent, I don't think, against Tennessee's pressure. In fact, Pokey and her staff talked to Erica White saying, hey, we want him to press you because you can dribble right through it and get us some good shots.
Anisicki hands it off to Parker. Out of bounds. It's going to go off of Tennessee. LSU basketball. Now, Doris, we look at the shooting percentage. First of all, the rebound out of bounds off the Parker miss.
Now, this is what you want from Candace Parker if you're LSU. That's a turnaround jump shot under duress fading away. So if she makes a couple of those, which she's capable of, you live with it, Mark.
Doris, this shooting percentage by LSU this year, 44%. One of the lowest shooting percentages in years for the Lady Tigers. Pokey Chapman had an interesting spin on it when she talked about the relative inexperience by some of her players, one of them Williams.
Yeah, you know, exactly right. This is a team that places a high value on not turning the basketball over. Every year they have a positive assist-to-turnover ratio as a team. That's incredible. They run their motion offense and they get good shots, so high percentages. But you're talking about juniors in terms of class, freshmen in terms of minutes played over the course of their career. So thus, you're going to struggle to make shots at times.
Yeah, they haven't gotten a lot of tick, a lot of run. although it says they're juniors and some of them seniors as well.
What's that commercial about experience? If you ain't got it, you need it.
Exactly. And Parker's got it, and then some underneath. She's got 5 quick points. Candace Parker leading the way for Tennessee, the leading scorer in SEC play.
No defense for that, folks. That's just great individual talent.
Recently eclipsed the 1,000-point plateau. Faster than anyone in Tennessee history. Fouls underneath. And she was fouled by Nikki Anasicki. One more look at Parker and her finesse around the hoop.
Well, again, she looked at videotape with Dean Lockwood, and one of the things they looked at was where she can be effective. And Pat Summitt is stressed. Get around the basket, back to the basket. Remember Shamika Holtzclaw. Her best offense always was right around the rim.
And Doris Erica White forced to call a timeout, unable to inbound the ball. We'll be back right after this.
We did it for the clutch players. New beds, new lobbies. Courtyards changed it all for the go-to guys. Deeper mattresses, crisper sheets, wider open spaces with Wi-Fi, easy chairs, and freshly stocked 24-hour markets. All new, all for the players who suit up and take the field.
Courtyard, redesigned by business travelers for business travelers.
Go team.
7-5, Tennessee with the early lead just underway here at the Pete Maravich Assembly Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Judgment Week presented by Cisco. And Tennessee at the defensive end right now. LeBlanc inside, and she's a little more offensive-minded than we've usually seen her, Doris.
Yeah, she's kind of taken the role of Shalonda Hostin from last year, the defensive stopper, but I think she's worked hard on her offense.
Probert had it blocked by Williams. Scramble. And the possession arrow in favor of the Lady Tigers. They worked on inbounds plays most of the morning at shoot-around. Pays off. Back after this.
The NCAA Women's Basketball Championship coming in March.
I can feel a change a-coming, start anew. Change will do you good.
Michelob Light, crafted with noble European aroma hops. For a full-flavored light beer as distinctive as the bottle itself. Michelob Light, distinct by design.
You don't have to be big to have a big idea, but you might need just a little help pulling it off.
What is this?
Garbage.
No, these are our bills. How can you just toss out our bills?
I got people.
Play the Toss Out Your Bills instant win game at H&R Block. You could win $10,000 to pay off your bills or one of thousands of other instant cash prizes.
It's time to play Take On Orbits. This week's winner is you. That's right, you.
Save $200 on select 5-night trips to Jamaica, Paris, or Maui during the Feel the Love sale. Just Orbits and go.
Always use protection.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by Refreshingly Smooth Bud Light, always worth it, and in part by IBM. What makes you special?
Back in the heart of Cajun country, you know that down here you're going to get some fried shrimp, some Cajun shrimp, some etouffee, some red beans and rice, and all part of Big Monday presented by Bud Light. You hungry yet, Doris Burke? Judgment Week presented by Cisco Systems, but it's just not the same without Seymour Augustus, Simone's dad, working the parking lot for us. And LSU, boy, they've had a recipe for disappointment this year. Those 4 losses by a combined 10 points.
Yeah, this is a team that hangs its hat on the defensive end of the floor. You can see that in their losses. A couple of them, opponents getting up into the 70-point mark. This is a team that's number 1 and number 2 in opponents' points per game allowed and field goal percentage defense. So they are really tough to score on.
Tied at 7, LSU with possession. Sylvia Fowles has yet to score. Goes after it. Had it knocked away, Tennessee basketball. Fowles got a good look at it. She has yet to score in the game. Here's Sydney Spencer, and they're going to call her for a travel. Spencer second in the SEC in three-point shooting at right around 46% on the season. And had someone talk to us earlier today about her being able to do a little bit more than just shoot threes in this game.
Yeah, I think she gets in a comfort zone. She's such a prolific three-point shooter that you can forget that, okay, you worked hard now to put the ball on the floor, become more of a multi-dimensional player. She is a very good free throw shooter. You'd love to see her get to the foul line a little bit more.
LSU on offense. LeBlanc on the wing. Fowles calling for the ball. They play inside out. LeBlanc. Parker back the other way for Tennessee. Bobbitt wide open, and she drills a three. Bobbitt kind of broke out of a mini shooting slump with 6 threes and 20 points against Alabama several games ago, and she's been a different player ever since.
Now, that was one thing Pat Summitt talked about to us earlier today. She said, I need Bobbitt to be aggressive from behind the arc.
Well, Judgment Week presented by Cisco continues Sunday with a Big 12 showdown on ESPN2. Number 16 Texas against A&M.
Should be a terrific game. Gary Blair has done a sensational job at A&M. Baylor, Kim Mulkey, always fiery on the sideline.
A&M against Baylor. Baylor having a nice season. It was the Baylor that defeated this LSU team a couple of seasons ago in the Final Four. Up top on the alley-oop for Candace Parker. Tough to defend that, Doris.
Yeah, there really is no defense. Nice job by Hornbuckle, who plays the 2 but leads his team in assists. Better than 2-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio. She's been outstanding.
LSU with the ball. They've made 3 consecutive Final Fours, and at some point you would think that their disappointing streak of losses in the Final Four would come to an end.
Back-to-back SEC regular season championships behind Simone Augustus. So you think Tennessee wants this one tonight?
Parker forcing the action, drawing the foul against Misha Williams.
Well, Alexis Hornbuckle's got great size, and she sees right over the top of her defender on the back cut by Candace Parker. The post up on the strong side by Nikki Anisicki. And yes, Candace Parker, we see you.
No, Doris, I've been to far too many basketball clinics. One of the solutions against that ball pressure?
Yes, exactly right. Exactly right. Impair the vision of the passer so she can't complete that thing.
Candace Parker at the free throw line, missing the first of 2. And interesting that Parker just recently had her older brother Anthony, who is a member of the Toronto Raptors, have a chance to watch her play for the very first time collegiately. And that's tough because, you know, their schedules don't exactly make it amicable for one to watch the other in person. But she put on a good show for her older brother Anthony in that game against Mississippi.
He's putting some distance between him and her in terms of the number of dunks now.
Erica White looking inside for fouls, had it knocked away by Sid Spencer. And at one point they were pretty close in terms of who had how many dunks. But with the Raptors' recent success, 5 games up on 500 and leaders in the Atlantic Division in the NBA, Anthony kind of getting a little bit of an edge.
Is there much to brag about being the leader in the Atlantic Division?
Bobbitt, trying to fracture a few fibulas, but got packed. And Rebecca Lobo has more on the Parker connection. Rebecca?
Mark Anthony had never seen Candace play because he'd been in Israel during her high school and college career. Thursday, he flew from Toronto to Knoxville. Took him 11 hours because of flight delays, but he made it to the game. She did not know he was coming. He didn't tell her. He did not want her to be nervous. After the game, he greeted her the way only an older brother can. He stood behind the bench yelling, "Number 3, you're terrible. You have no left hand."
Anthony was telling me he was trying to get little sis to start working on that three-point shot a little bit more, and she's responded in kind by, right around 45-50% for most of the season in threes.
Yeah, she doesn't take a lot. She's only 6 for 14 on the year. And I think that should be like dessert for her. The main menu should sort of be in that paint, elbows, jump shots from 15 feet, but she certainly is capable. You look down the line in her career, and I think she'll very much be like Lauren Jackson, somebody who can really stick it from deep.
We have yet to hear much from Sylvia Fowles at the offensive end so far in this game. That time it was Williams on the miss, and Parker leading the break. Nice hesitation. She can finger roll, and one. Take a look at the future, folks.
Yeah, this is a real challenge for Tennessee. You've got three people who can lead you in transition when your power forward can rake and take and push position like that on the floor. I mean, how deep does she get before the defense even thinks about stopping her?
She went from third gear to fourth gear in a blink. A little hesitation, now a chance to complete the three-point play. Parker already, Doris, with 10 points in the ballgame.
They say the future, Mark, because she's 6'5", but has guard-type skills, so she mixes a wealth of ability. Back to the basket, post up, off the dribble, offensive rebounds. There's not a way on the floor that she can't score the basketball.
You know, people may think it's a little bit of hype and hyperbole when you say that she can change the way that people perceive women's basketball. Sylvia Fowles maybe not quite in that select company yet, but Candace Parker, of course, and Rebecca, I can't think of a player of that size that has the power steering and power breaks that Candace Parker has, Rebecca. Can you think of anyone?
I can't, not at 6'5", but with her skill set, the ability to put the ball on the floor and playing above the rim. Sylvia Fowles told me she can play above the rim, she can dunk with two hands, but she doesn't have the opportunity, and she's a center. To see it from the guard spot is where it's truly amazing.
Yeah, that give-and-go action last year in the NCAA tournament along the baseline, that was indicative that this was going to be something that's fairly easily done for her.
And Asicki inside had it partially blocked. Out of bounds, it'll be Tennessee basketball. Hokie Chapman's team having a tough time scoring the basketball right now, Doris.
Well, I think that's why she put Allison Hightower, the freshman highly touted in the basketball game out of Texas. She slashed to the rim in transition, a nice little bounce pass to Fowles. Let's see if that continues.
Well, Parker tried the old schoolyard okey-doke move, bouncing it off the back of the player, but it didn't work. Here's Hightower with that funky little knuckleball. But you know what? It goes in.
We asked Coach Hokie Chapman, are you going to change this shot? She said no, not until she consistently can't make it. Hightower's not great rotation, but who cares? It's in the bucket. It's like AC Law at Texas A&M. Who cares?
Parker working against Williams. Hornbuckle. We got a 3-second violation. They might have overpassed just a little bit. But Candace Parker carrying the load, doing the heavy lifting for Tennessee with a 4-point lead.
Go see him in the ring.
Candace Parker.
Candace Parker. A look at the future, folks.
Look at Parker grab that ball and score.
Conflict boils over like an angry sludge. Politicians lie to us like they've got a grudge. We're in a decaying spiral of fevered ferocity.
3 V-dubs for under 17,000. Whoa!
Hope springs.
Traffic ahead.
Incredible. You found a golf course near the conference. Awesome Chinese. Now you find me a way around traffic. I love you.
Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you're never coming around.
Take Market Street exit.
You're right. We'll just keep it professional, you know?
Go everywhere, find everything. Fall hard for the new Where To GPS at Avis.
Hey, McMillan, you gelling?
I'm gelling and Zinfandel, and so's my new bride, Helen McMillan.
I'm so happy my eyes are welling.
Dr. Scholl's massaging gel insoles are so soft, they make your feet feel outrageously comfortable.
I'm gelling.
You're so not gelling.
Dr. Scholl's.
Welcome back, everyone, to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, the Pete Maravich Assembly Center. This broadcast is available on ESPN2 HD. Vociferous crowd on hand tonight, and Tennessee leading, keeping them a little bit quiet, 16-12. Candace Parker leading the way, and Parker has the most dunks in Tennessee school history with 6. If you're not careful, folks, if you're an opponent, you'll get your feelings hurt or end up on YouTube. She'll put you in the hole. Candace Parker had a couple of dunks last year. Her impressive ones coming actually in the half court, Doris Burke.
Yeah, I think those are plays where I think she shows that it can happen repeatedly. The open floor transition ones where there's no defenders around her, clearly the ones that most women who can dunk are most comfortable doing because they're not afraid to get hurt. Half court dunks like she had in the NCAA tournament, that was special.
Here's Erica White. Tried to reverse, and that's why Candace Parker leads the conference in block shots. Bobbitt coming back the other way. Get the sense that Parker's just in a nice offensive groove right now, Doris.
Yeah, she really looks loose to start the basketball game. And those are shots she can make easily, turnaround jump shots.
Kiana Chaney's been relatively quiet so far. And fouls, gets her first bucket of the ball game. Actually, she has 4.
Really becoming more polished on the offensive end. 21-17 against Connecticut. Gino Oriana said after that game she had more in her arsenal than I expected. She's just more polished. She's lost some weight, dropped some body fat. Incredible to think about with that body.
Parker squaring up on Williams. Hornbuckle, nice feed. Oh boy, Fuller missed it from point blank range. Chaney back the other way in a rush.
You wonder if that's fouls making you think about it, Mark.
Yeah. And Kiana Chaney came up short. Bobbitt. Good ball movement by the Lady Vols. And Parker got it to cash in inside, and she has 13 points. Really to stretch the defense, made it work that time.
That's why we said at the start of the show, it's a conundrum on how to guard her, because what are you going to take away? The inside, the outside, the face-up game, off the dribble.
Chaney thought about it. From outside, Hightower with that odd-looking side spin rotation on her jumper. The first one went in, that one didn't.
You know what? Sometimes your best defense is a good offense. Philosophically, LSU likes to go 5 passes. I don't think it'd be a bad idea. Their percentage is not bad, but I think you want to keep Tennessee from this end of the floor. Let Tennessee work defensively a bit.
Hightower. Pardon me, that was White.
That's twice she's done that. She's over-penetrated. She's challenged big bodies inside Erica White. I've seen that on tape from her before, where she's just challenging where maybe it would be better to run offense.
Still refining her decision-making, Doris, with respect to scoring versus distributing. But she's playing in the wake of Tamika Johnson, one of the best point guards ever to play here at LSU. Parker with 15, the meter still running with 9:11 to go in the first half. It's been a while since we have seen Tennessee been this fluid offensively.
Yeah, they look very, very good. Now, Candace Parker pulling on her jersey. I don't know if she's tired and wants a rest.
Parker 6 of 9 from the field. Just under 9 minutes to go here in the first half. Fouls. No double team coming, and Sylvia fouls with the jump hook. Had a good look at it. And Alexis Hornbuckle, and Tennessee called timeout. Yeah, Candace Parker was apparently a little bit fatigued.
Well, you can use a timeout to give your best player a rest. She started at the top of the key here, folks. She's right there in your screen. They'll do a couple of different things. This is a little cross cut right across the lane. Really poor defense. I mean, if you're LSU, this is a play where you've got to beat her to the spot. Zero communication. Sylvia fouls sleeping in defensive help position. I mean, that's just bad defense.
Well, you watch Candace Parker and you think back to a season ago. I remember when Pat Summitt said the one thing in her game that she's got to tighten up is her intensity. Well, it seems, Doris, as if that intensity level has been raised to a different plateau now for Candace Parker, due in part to the success she had playing with Team USA this summer.
Mark, I couldn't agree more. You know what that experience did for her? It forced her to focus for longer stretches of time because the level of competition and talent was so high. So now she understands that there's no possessions off in college basketball. And I'll tell you this, if you're LSU, how about getting a touch for Sylvia Fowles? 6'6", and really, if she get it, sit on the low block, uncheckable. They're shooting the basketball too quickly in my mind.
LSU with a zone look here. Parker operating from the wing with 7 on the shot clock. Spencer fires. Got her own rebound back. Hornbuckle. Erica White. No numbers. Well, that's the second time that we've seen Cheney pull the string and leave it short.
I just feel like their shot selection could be better. That's a travel out front. I mean, it feels like they're rushing Mark Jones.
Here at the Pete Maravich Assembly Center, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Number 3 Tennessee taking on number 7 LSU. A win for Tennessee, and they would clinch the regular season title in the SEC. LSU, meanwhile, still with a mathematical chance of winning the regular season title, but they need a little bit of help, including a win tonight.
Georgia, Vanderbilt, and Mississippi really keeping some pressure on them.
Oh, she is opening up the whole bag of tricks tonight.
Forget about it. That's a left hand right there.
17 points for Candace Parker, and shaking her head seemingly in defiance, almost as if to say, I'm not sure anybody can stick me or guard me tonight.
Exactly. You can't check me. Forget about it.
8-point lead for the Lady Vols. Under 7.5 to go in the first half. LSU, as you mentioned earlier, very methodical in their half court. They like to set a certain number of screens on each possession. And a tough pass intended for fouls is picked off. Hornbuckle with the pull-up. And Fuller with the rebound.
Yeah, Fuller playing both ends. She was very active checking Sylvia Fowles, doing a nice job getting post position on the defensive end and then hustling down the floor for the rebound.
And Fowles comes up with a steal at the other end. Erica White on the move. Hightower, that's her shot, that little floater. Boy, she was about to take it out, then made a better career decision and took it back in.
Yeah, she realized she saw an orange jersey on the floor and attacked the rim. I like this kid. I mean, just great potential. Was not playing a ton of minutes early, but as the conference season has gone into it, she has gotten better and better.
As poorly as LSU is shooting from the field, they trail by just 6. Now Parker showing off that range a little bit strong. Hightower coming back for the Lady Tigers. Fowles had Parker pinned, and that's the end game right there.
Yeah, I mean, when she shows you those numbers, when she's squared to the basketball, whoever the passer is, and you can clearly see 3-4, don't miss the opportunities to make that pass.
The bigs really starting to assert themselves right now. Under 6 minutes to go. Boy, Parker almost found herself too wide open. Spencer coming up a little bit short.
The game changed for LSU when Allison Hightower checked in. She's brought a nice presence and attacking mentality.
White with an ankle breaker, but couldn't finish with the left hand. Boy, she had McMahon lying prone on the ground. Pokey Chapman not part of the Tennessee offense. Candace Parker really percolating offensively with 17 points. Got that one right in Fowles' grill, but Phil Fowles, well, you know what they say about payback. We'll be back after this.
The Verizon Wireless Broadband Access Card transforms any time into productive time. So when you're on the go, so is the network. It's 100% business and 0% office. Connect to email, downloads, and browse the internet while working on America's most reliable wireless broadband network. Visit VerizonWireless.com/BBA.
Classic, Saturday at 7 a.m. and 10 p.m. on ESPN2, presented by Mercury Marine.
We have doubled the number of new patients that's come into the office since working with the Real Yellow Pages and the Companion Directory. We have patients calling from 30, 40 miles away that come into our office because of the Companion Directory. The small investment that you have to make is well worth it. And the numbers of new patients in our offices has just gone through the roof.
Call today to advertise. May the best choice win.
Hey, beef lovers, this is sandwich perfection. Quiznos Steakhouse Beef Dip Sub. Layer upon layer of tender roast beef. Melted Swiss cheese with a delicious French onion sauce. All oven toasted to bring out the flavors the way only Quiznos can. And complemented with pan-roasted au jus for dipping. So go ahead, take the dip. The Steakhouse Beef Dip Sub. Sandwich perfection. Quiznos. Toasty.
Big Monday presented by Bud Light. Tennessee leading LSU 22-18 with 5:27 to go in the first half. I'm Mark Jones, courtside along with Doris Burke and Rebecca Lobo. Candace Parker imploring one of her teammates to do something there. I was watching her during the break. She was incredibly fatigued and winded. And keep in mind, folks, that she was suffering from an upper respiratory illness a couple of weeks ago, which had her miss again.
And she's eating something. Looks like a power bar, or maybe it almost looks like a Rice Krispies treat. It can't be that.
Instant sugar hit. Hightower going to the bucket, and she draws contact. Will go to the line for a pair.
LSU's bench points 7-0. They're outscoring them, and Allison Hightower has 5 of those, but it's been more than just Hightower's points. She's been assertive attacking the basket, getting herself to the free throw line. Here, Mark.
Hightower at the line, an 81% free throw shooter, a McDonald's High School All-American, and we talked about that funky release. Look at that rotation, folks, on the free throw. But interestingly enough, it didn't stop her from winning the three-point shooting contest during the McDonald's High School All-American game. So you mentioned it. Coach Chapman's not at the point where she wants to tinker with that form yet.
Not quite yet. I think if it works, it works. And I mean, kids, it's hard at this point in your career, I think, to change shooting styles.
Hightower was the focal point, a subject of a very acrimonious recruiting battle at times with Baylor.
Well, there were some heated exchanged words between Pokey Chapman and Kim Mulkey last year here in Baton Rouge when Baylor came visiting. But they have played this season. That seems to be over and done with.
3-point lead for the Lady Vols. Under 5 minutes to play in the first half. With Candace Parker on the bench, where do the points come from, Doris?
Yeah, it's a great question. Your second leading scorer clearly is Sydney Spencer. But one of the things LSU has to think about is getting the basketball more to Sylvia Fowles. And when she's open, just like this, get her the basketball. There's no problem here, Mark Jones, with making the pass at this point. Now, what happens is it comes a little bit late. Parker almost able to take that pass away. I think they need to be more patient offensively and try to get her some touches. Go, inbound.
Right now they're on defense, and I guess we don't have to ponder the question about where the points are coming from for much longer, because Candace Parker subs into the ball game for Alex Fuller. Tennessee inbounding. 3 on the shot clock, and Spencer has her first field goal of the night. She's 1 for 4 now. And she is a key cog offensively for what Tennessee likes to do.
Nice inbounds play, Mark Jones. They close that screen for Sydney, who goes right between it.
Fouls a little bit strong and off left with the jump hook. Looking for a call. Spencer from way downtown. Had that one lined up pretty good. Erica Light, 1 on 4. She pulls it out. And Parker picks it off. Great anticipation. Doesn't have numbers, but then again, that's Candace Parker. Spencer with the rebound, fouled underneath by Kiana Chaney. Judgment Week presented by Cisco continues tomorrow with a Super Tuesday double dip on ESPN. First at 7 Eastern, it's Wisconsin against Michigan State. Then at 9, LSU takes on Kentucky.
Some intriguing matchups, Mark Jones. Orlando Tucker, a Player of the Year candidate. You get a chance to see him in one of the few remaining regular season games in the Big Ten for him.
Robin with the runner. Fowles clears at the defensive rebounding end. 6 rebounds for Sylvia Fowles. Over the head of Chaney, they turn it over. LSU with just 19 points with 3:45 to go, and Fowles a little bit frustrated. We'll be back.
beef he does for under 17,000.
Traffic ahead.
Incredible. You found a golf course near the conference. Awesome Chinese. Now you find me a way around traffic. I love you.
Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you're never coming around.
Take Market Street exit.
You're right. We'll just keep it professional, you know?
Go everywhere, find everything. Fall hard for the new Where To GPS at Avis.
Ever wonder who builds the best bass engine? When it comes to speed, Mercury Optimax Pro XS separates the best from the rest. Independent testing from Bass and Walleye Boats magazine against the Evinrude E-Tech and the Yamaha HPDI proved it. With superior acceleration and top-end speed, the Optimax Pro XS clocked in at a blistering 90 miles per hour and left the competition in its wake. Mercury Optimax Pro XS, the best bass engine ever built.
Dave Revson in the studio. Coming up at the half, Carol Lawson will join me. She will give you her #1 seeds for the women's tournament. We're exactly 3 days away from Selection Monday. Tell you how Maryland and Ohio State losing yesterday affected things. Catch up on the men's side as well. Villanova looking for a big win at Marquette. And the Chargers introduce their new head coach, a familiar face, Mark.
All right, Dave. Tennessee leading by 5. Big Monday presented by Bud Light. 3:45 to go in the first half. And Doris, we were talking during the break. LSU and Pokey Chapman seems not really a crew that turns it over a lot on the season. 13.3 per night.
They value the basketball as well as any team in the country. And I just think their decision-making hasn't been good, and that goes beyond the turnovers. It goes to shot selection, quick shooting the basketball. See, Sylvia's got the jersey numbers pointed. You've got to hit her.
Play inside out, give it back to Hightower. 10 on the shot clock. Working against Anisicki. Didn't really have a good angle that time. Good defense by Tennessee with a 5-point lead. LSU giving a little zone look here defensively. Is this in response to Parker getting off? Makes you wonder.
Yeah. That's a foul, no question.
Let's go to Rebecca Lobo.
In the last huddle, Pokey Chapman looked at her team and said, what's the script? What are we doing? Drive after ball reversal. What is our game plan? We haven't done it, and we're only down 2 possessions. Then she looked at her team and emphatically said, quit being on edge.
Right, this is a team that should be used to playing in some big contests.
Some pressure on them, though, Mark Jones. They need to win 2 of the next 3 in order not to be a 5 seed in the SEC. I mean, this is just such a quality league, top to bottom. My goodness gracious.
Collective RPI, the SEC, pretty impressive. Parker with the second one coming up.
And I think that last comment that Rebecca made, quit being on edge, that can contribute to you turning the ball over, not running your offense. Philosophically, they like to get 5 passes unless something great presents itself. So they just have not been LSU in the first half.
Yeah, they can be a little bit streaky on offense. Inside to Fowles, sweeping hook shot off the mark. And it's one and done. Sylvia Fowles struggling right now at the offensive end from the field. She's just 3 of 10. Spencer with an open look. And Spencer still struggling from the edges, just 1 of 5 tonight. That foul going to go against Nikki Anisicki, impeding the progress of Sylvia Fowles. Judgment Week presented by Cisco continues Sunday with a Big 12 showdown on ESPN2. Texas A&M visiting number 14 Baylor. ESPN, the exclusive home for the women's NCAA championship.
Oklahoma seems to have righted the ship, but Texas A&M has proven a difficult matchup for them. The athleticism, the speed, challenging the guards of Oklahoma. It's another quality conference.
What about the success of Nebraska in the Big 12 this year? Hightower. Get it into fouls again. Cheney with plenty of time on the shot clock still. And Hightower padding it a little bit too much and loses the handle out of bounds. That's their 9th turnover.
The upside's tremendous for this young lady. Just a very long, athletic, somebody with an attack mentality, highly skilled. She's, as Pokey Chapman says, unfazed by anything.
Tennessee's a win tonight for them, and they would clinch a regular season championship in the SEC. Bobbitt trying to help them get there, and she'll get it done with shots like that. She has 8. That's her 2nd three-pointer of the night.
Now that shot comes because Candace Parker gets some defensive attention. Bobbitt's defender had gone down, given some guard assistance on the post, and it creates a shot opportunity for Bobbitt.
Tennessee now, Doris, with its largest lead of the ball game at 9. And Fowles having a tough time offensively for LSU.
I see Tennessee in a little bit of a zone here, pointing out where particular shooters are.
Really packing it in. Hightower with an off-balance jumper. Boy, you can get that shot anytime on the shot clock. Boy, Bobbitt, quick with that handle. Out to Hornbuckle. Alexis Hornbuckle's been kind of quiet offensively tonight.
Yeah, they haven't really needed her to do much.
And as we say that, an open look. Nice feed inside to Fuller. That's going to be a 3-second violation. Tennessee's 7th turnover.
Boy, Fuller's had a couple of shots to the eye there for the goggles. Took 4 stitches on one particular instance, and then another pop to the eye, that one below the eye.
You can see it rather swollen there. Under a minute to go here in the first half. Tennessee leading by 9 points.
Now they back into a zone that gives you a little bit of a different look. The first one had sort of a 1-2-2 shape. This is a 2-3 look.
Hightower back out to Erica White with 9 on the shot clock. LSU hasn't been able to knock down many shots from outside. Cheney, one of their top 3-point shooters, finally finds the mark. Cuts the margin to 6. That's her first field goal of the night. Now Cheney did a wonderful transformation in the weight room and in terms of conditioning during the offseason.
Paid the price to get better, didn't she, Mark Jones? About a 2-second differential.
Bobbitt lets it go. That one a little bit of a heat check. Fuller didn't really need to pump fake. Spencer missing. Parker with the putback counts it. And Tennessee punctuates the first half of play with a putback by Candace Parker. She's got 20 points in the first frame. Meanwhile, the other half of that star watch, Sylvia Fowles, struggling from the field with just 6 points to go along with 7 rebounds. And let's go to Rebecca Lobo with Pokey Chapman.
Coach, 4 times this season you've been down at the half, able to win 3 of them. What needs to change to pull out a victory here?
First of all, we need to show some offensive moxie and some discipline. Make 5 passes, reverse the basketball, make them defend us. They're a very good basketball team, and they become better when you make 1 or 2 passes and not try to make them work on that end. Secondly, get a rebound. Okay, there's no defense for second chance points, and I have a litany of things, but I'll start with those 2.
Thanks so much, Coach. Mark.
A litany. Ooh. Watch out, 30-22 at the break, and Chapman trying to find the right recipe, kind of like gumbo, Dave Resman. You can't just throw anything in the gumbo and call it gumbo. Back to you.
There ain't nobody hot as us up in your spot. Giving it to you play by play and shot for shot. ESPN is in the house, it's about to pop. The NCAA has got the game on lock, and we can't. Let's go!
Like the lyrics said, ESPN in the house, it's about to pop. It's popping right now. It's Big Monday presented by Bud Light. Here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Judgment Week presented by Cisco. Tennessee leading by 8 points as we get ready here for the start of the second half of play. I'm Mark Jones along with Doris Burke. Rebecca Lobo joining us in just a few moments. Boy, Candace Parker really controlled that first half. She had a big first half, Doris. 20 points, 10 rebounds. How does LSU counter that here in the second half?
I think they've got to do a better job pushing her off her spots. Too many times she's getting the ball so close to the basket that it's hard to defend, Mark.
And let's take a look at our ending tree game track. Some of the pertinent numbers in the ball game. Neither team shooting a good percentage from the field. But Tennessee, Pat Summitt has constantly harped on the fact that her team has to rebound better this year. She's getting the results and the numbers tonight, Doris.
She's got to be pleased with the margin and the fact that they offensive rebounded at 12 boards. I mean, this is a team that, in terms of defensive rebounding percentage, is solid in the SEC, but their offensive rebounding has not been good.
LSU to take possession here to start the second half of play. See if they get Sylvia Fowles on track immediately. She was just 3 of 10 from the field in the first half.
Tennessee open zone. Mark Jones looks like a 1-2-2. They seem to match up. You see a lot of pointing and talking, good communication defensively.
10 on the shot clock for Cheney. Way off the mark on that jump shot by LeBlanc. And they take it right back. Erica White, a 3-on-3. And White going to pull it out, run a little half court.
Well, just before break, when Rebecca interviewed Pokey Chapman, she talked about more patience. Those 5 passes I kept referencing in the first half. Let's see if they get some opportunities with moving the basketball.
And one by Erica White as we go to Rebecca.
Mark, I had a chance to talk to Coach Summitt at halftime, and she said, I'd like to see us make a couple shots from some position other than Candace Parker. She said defensively we need to slow the ball in transition because they want to push tempo, but she was very happy with their defense on Sylvia Fowles, and Anna Sicky has done a great job in the first half.
Well, Anna Sicky, Rebecca, now going to sit down as she picks up her 3rd personal foul on that shot by Erica White, a chance to convert the 3-point play.
How many players in the country do you know of, Mark Jones, that can guard any position from the 1 to the 5? Because that's exactly what Nikki Anasicki has done throughout the course of her career. Really versatile defender.
In many respects, unheralded in some of the things that she does for Tennessee. Who right now lead by 5. Parker double team, triple team.
There you go, kick it. Now repost him.
Bob it on the baseline. Man, is she a blur. Spencer having a cold shooting night here in Baton Rouge tonight.
Good ball reversal. The other thing Pokey Chapman said to Rebecca Lobo was dribble, drive off, ball reversal. That's what Tennessee just did, and actually got a good look out of it.
Williams inside for Fowles. Boy, Fowles left that one short in point-blank range.
Here we go.
Alexis Hornbuckle back the other way. Hornbuckle was quiet in the first half, but she is one to make a little bit of noise when the occasion calls for it. Alexis Hornbuckle has that certain kind of swagger that gives Tennessee that edge that they need sometimes.
I agree. I like Alexis Hornbuckle. I got on her last year for a display. I thought it was a little bit of unsportsmanship, but I love the kid.
Fouls over the top of the double team, knocks it down, and she has 8.
She's just 4 for 12, though, 33% shooting. You know, I wonder, Rebecca Lobo, one of the best post players in NCAA history. Rebecca, she is just 4 for 12. What is going on with Sylvia Fowles on the offensive end of the floor?
Doris, I think there's a little bit of frustration. Sometimes she's been open and hasn't gotten the ball. And when that happens early, as you see Erica White go right down the lane, but when that happens early to a post player, after that, every time you touch it, you want to make something happen. You don't have the patience you need. I think sometimes she's taking a quick shot, and that's why you see it coming off the front of the rim.
Well, you juxtapose that with what Kara talked about, Candace's patience when she touches the basketball. Great point, Rebecca.
Ooh, Erica White with a nice in-and-out move on Bobbitt. Cheney! And it's a one-point game in a blink. LSU with a rousing rally here, awakening the fans here at the Pete Maravich Assembly Center. Timeout, Tennessee. LSU making it happen in transition. Cheney with the finish. It's a new game.
Duke returns to action against Dartmouth Saturday at 2 on ESPNU.
The Reef does for under 17,000.
Traffic ahead.
Incredible. You found a golf course near the conference. Awesome Chinese. Now you find me a way around traffic. love you.
Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you're never coming around.
Take Market Street exit.
You're right. We'll just keep it professional, you know?
Go everywhere, find everything. Fall hard for the new Where To GPS at Avis.
Oh no, what time? Look, we're sleeping, right? Anthony, sleepy time.
It's not easy going it alone. That's why we're making it easier than ever to get a State Farm agent for car insurance. Call an agent's office 24/7. Stop by or go to statefarm.com to get an agent who's there for you. Online, on the phone, or in the office. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
What's up, chumps?
I thought we got rid of him.
We wanted to. But he's the only one who knows how to fix our computers.
Hey, Steve. Dude, I'm on my break.
But my computer crashed.
Hey, can you shut my door?
Tired of your tech support? Finally, there's a better way. Introducing Staples Easy Tech. Now get a PC tune-up for just $9.99. Staples. That was easy.
This broadcast is available on ESPN2 HD. Place is popping now. Here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Mark Jones, Doris Burke, Rebecca Lobo, and LSU in the midst of a 9-2 run has cut the lead to just 1 point. And Doris, they're a different team when they're in transition, aren't they?
I think they've got very good athletes who can be effective. Sylvia Fowles is one of the best at running the floor. I think obviously you'd like some easy opportunities.
Hornbuckle on the wing. McMahon. Way strong, and now LSU with a chance to take the lead on this possession. Fowles posted up inside. It was knocked away off of Fowles. And Hokie Chapman is all over Lisa Mattingly, the official.
Well, obviously they continue to try to get good looks in transition or secondary break. And that's probably the complaint. Sylvia Fowles saying, hey, they're holding my jersey.
It was Hornbuckle that time, yeah.
And you know what? That's savvy defense. I got no problem with that as long as you don't get caught.
That's the Alexis Hornbuckle we were referring to a few moments ago.
Exactly right. I'll tell you what, Rebecca played with Sue Wicks, who was one of the all-time best at those kinds of things.
Redding in the ball game. Boy, she doesn't need to work up a lather to start chucking. She will get her jacks up.
She is very concerned on the offensive end of the floor. I'll tell you what, she was at Pat's Doghouse, did not play against Georgia when we had them a couple of weeks ago, so she better score it.
Fowles double-teamed immediately. Didn't matter. You can put 3 defenders on her. If she's making shots like that, it doesn't matter.
When she's able to get quick offense, Mark, which means when she gets to her move very quickly before help can collapse, she's been better and more effective.
An SEC regular season title on the line tonight for both these teams. If LSU wins, they're still mathematically in the race. Hornbuckle missing. And here's Erica White. McMahon got a piece of it. And now it's numbers coming back the other way, and maybe not quite. And one. I was thinking she might try and stick that one and slam it. But she took the easy layup. And it was a good decision. Time onto the floor. And Parker, an education, an elevation, getting up with a downstroke. Back after this.
It's time to play Take On Orbits. This week's winner is you. That's right, you.
Save $200 on select 5-night trips to Jamaica, Paris, or Maui during the Feel the Love sale. Just orbits and go.
Always use protection.
For each of us, there's a moment of discovery. We understand that all of life is elemental. And as we marvel at element bonding with element, we soon realize that when you add the human element to the equation, everything changes. Suddenly, all of chemistry illuminates humanity, and all of humanity illuminates chemistry. The human element. Nothing is more fundamental, nothing more elemental.
Sweet ride. Yeah. That was amazing. Let's do it.
Since you can get rewards with thank you points from your Citi credit card and for your everyday banking at Citibank, it's easier to get the rewards you want. Call 888-511-CITI.
Honey, look at this.
Is it for all of us?
Yeah. $1,600 for a week. Well, we can do that.
Oh, yeah.
The magic begins when you realize you can afford a Disney vacation. Other affordable packages all year long. Visit disneyworld.com/affordable.
It's time to play Take on Orbits. This week's winner is you. That's right, you.
Save $200 on select 5-night trips to Jamaica, Paris, or Maui during the Feel the Love sale. Just orbits and go.
Always use protection.
Welcome back, everyone, to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Big Monday presented by Bud Light, part of Judgment Week presented by Cisco. 3-point lead for Tennessee, but Pokey Chapman might have had a reason to be hot here.
Great inside-out dribble, and Kate McMahon absolutely fouled. Folks, that is a foul. And just prior to us going to break, Pokey Chapman asked June Courteau to come over. They had a brief conversation. But sometimes you miss those. Shoot, Mark Jones. I had to see it 3 times before I decided whether it was a foul or not.
We'll see if the officials get out a little Maybelline and get the makeup call going.
Well, I'll tell you what, the replay of that last look of it was perfect. And makeup helps everybody, Mark Jones.
We are in ESPN2 HD. Parker missing from the free throw line, but Hornbuckle pulling out the rebound.
LSU now showing a little zone look of their own. It takes on a 1-2-2 shape. Tennessee has screened this zone at times trying to get shots.
Hornbuckle against Cheney. Hornbuckle had the do-it-yourself kid out that time. 9 rebounds for fouls. Erica White got stripped. Fouls got it. And Sylvia Fowles going to go to the free throw line. The question is, who's that foul on? They're going to call it on Alex Fuller, her first personal foul. And Sylvia Fowles at the free throw line. And this is the one part of her game that has gotten better this year, among others.
Yeah, career high, 63%. Came in 104 for 163. Mark, obviously, still, because of the number of times she gets there, 63 is still not good enough.
That's an interesting motion in her shot, Doris. You were alluding to the fact that there's a little bit of a hitch at the top of it.
And watch the hand placement. It almost feels like her hand is so big, just like Shaq's, that it sits on the palm. Look at that.
Oh, that time it fell.
It's sitting on her palm, Mark Jones. It should be up on the fingertips.
Well, her middle name is Shakira. Anyone with Shaq in the middle name might have some struggles at the free throw line. Hornbuckle on the wing. Back to Hornbuckle, a little inside out. 8 on the shot clock. Fuller. After hit the shot clock, it's going to be out of bounds, LSU basketball. But Fuller's somebody that has been one of the most improved players. Pardon me, Redding, check that. Redding's someone they're not afraid to let take that shot.
Exactly right, Mark. Pat Summitt told Rebecca Lobo at the half, we need somebody other than Candace Parker to give us offense. Clearly, Sydney Spencer would be one good option. That's why Redding's in the ballgame, folks. She can make shots. That's when she's got to make.
Spencer on the bench there with 1 for 9 going from the field right now. 10 on the shot clock. Boy, Fowles is working real hard to get open, to give her a touch. Cheney from way downtown. Williams battling, and Parker comes out of the pack with it. McMahon. Under 14 minutes to play here. LSU looking for a key win against a top-ranked opponent. That's Redding. Like I said, they're not afraid to let it fly. She's got 5.
Spot duty. It would be bad. That's not a bad role. It would be one I would like to have.
Come in and
shoot.
Cheney wide open. Boy, she is struggling. She was talking to me about, prior to the game, slowing her shooting motion down. Parker with the turnaround. That's going to be a foul against Alex Fuller. And for more on Redding, who made the previous jumper, let's go to Rebecca.
Well, Mark and Doris, you mentioned that Redding has been in Pat Summitt's doghouse of late. The last 2 games averaged only 3 minutes in those contests. Before Pat Summitt put her in tonight, she looked at her and she said, here's your chance. Show me what you can do.
Well, she said she needs to be accountable every minute at practice. The best programs, guys, obviously, you perform in practice before you get the chance on the floor.
And Fowles performing underneath with the left hand. 13 points, cuts the lead to 3 with under 13 minutes to go.
Boy, she was lonely on that possession. There weren't multiple orange jerseys around. Good entry pass.
McMahon thought about it. Hornbuckle in traffic, and Fowles made her change that shot just enough. 10 rebounds for Sylvia Fowles. And a great pass by White for the layup to Williams.
This is inexcusable. Pat Summitt talked about making sure they did the job in transition defense. Guess what? They completely forgot about that part of the game.
It looked like they were taking a team photo shoot at the wrong end of the floor. They didn't get back. Redding again. Cutter. Dominique Redding with 8 points. Out of the doghouse and into the penthouse.
Folks, I'm telling you what, Mark, you think that's an easy thing to do? You average 3 minutes, as Rebecca said. Now you put in a tight moment. What does it say about the kid that she could step up and make those shots?
Yeah, showing incredible resolve. The lob pass for Fowles. Boy, they have supreme confidence in Fowles to be able to go up and get that alley-oop. 4-point ball game. Erica White dropping a dime there to Williams for the layup. Back after this.
Traffic ahead.
Incredible. You found a golf course near the conference. Awesome Chinese. Now you find me a way around traffic. I love you.
Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you're never coming around.
Take Market Street exit.
You're right. We'll just keep it professional, you know?
Go everywhere, find everything. Fall hard for the new Where To GPS at Avis.
The 2007 Bassmaster Classic begins Saturday at 7 a.m. and continues at 10 p.m. on ESPN2.
Every drop is important, hence the available 7-speed automatic transmission. See a larger gear ratio spread and intuitive gear selection, enhanced performance and fuel efficiency. Translation, 25 exhilarating highway miles per gallon. At Mercedes-Benz, it's all about the little things.
See your local authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer for a special lease offer through Mercedes-Benz Financial.
Build quality time with the family, huh? Want some bobbed me? You know, I've got a birthday thing. I'm around.
Ready to watch? It's Comcastic.
Big Monday presented by Bud Light. Tennessee leading LSU by 4. It's all part of Judgment Week presented by Cisco Systems, and SEC regular season title on the line tonight for both these teams. Sid Spencer struggling a little bit tonight, along with Alexis Hornbuckle, not giving them the usual contributions. Those two combined average about 23 points a game.
And that's the entry of Dominique Redding into the basketball game. She's got 8 points. She's hit a couple of three-point baskets. Alexis Hornbuckle's strength is her ability to get to the rim, but you just said it. On the last possession when she got close, it was Fowles who changed her shot.
Hornbuckle out top now. Redding with the ball. She's had good success shooting the ball from the edges here in the second half. Candace Parker subbed out of the ball game during the break. 5 on the shot clock. Hornbuckle from the free throw line, and her struggles continue.
Wow, that's Dominique Redding getting her shot. They closed out hard on the shooter.
This might be the chance where LSU can make a move with Parker out of the ball game as Cheney knocks down the short shot. She has 7 in the ball game.
Quality opportunities they'll take. On their first 10 possessions of the half, LSU had 4 of them where they made 5 passes, but that's the kind of one where you want a quick shot.
Redding off the mark that time, and a chance now for LSU to tie. Kiana Cheney on the move. Got it packed by Hornbuckle. And fouls lost the handle. They've made it tough on fouls inside at times tonight.
Oh, look.
Redding.
McMahon hesitant to shoot it, so Cheney giving her a cushion.
Redding with 8 on the shot clock. McMahon going to get to work. Fuller rebounded by fouls. And Spencer coming back into the ball game subsequent to that miss by Fuller.
And Candace Parker waiting to come back in as well, Mark. So your offensive punch is about to check back in next dead ball.
Chance for LSU to tie on this possession. Interesting that we haven't seen much of Shannon Bobbitt in this half. It's been mostly McMahon for Tennessee. LeBlanc out top with 7 on the shot clock. I'm not sure they realized time's winding down. Hightower had it knocked out by Hornbuckle, and an empty possession for the LSU Tigers. Judgment Week presented by Cisco continues tomorrow with Super Tuesday double dipping on ESPN. Wisconsin against Michigan State first, and then it's followed by LSU against Kentucky. Here's a look at the new coaches poll. Ohio State #1, Wisconsin #2, Florida falling to #3 after their loss.
LSU, Big Baby better get to work on Tuesday night against Kentucky in order to keep their NCAA or any postseason hopes alive for that matter.
Boy, times are changing too, Doris, with Duke living on the fringes sometimes of the top 25, huh?
Yeah, they righted themselves a couple straight wins back-to-back for the Blue Devils.
Parker with 7 on the shot clock. Forced that one up. Anasicki working underneath. Fouls tipped it up. LSU controls, and another chance to tie the game. They're going to try and do it the quick way this time. Bobbitt commits the foul.
Well, I'll tell you what, Pokey Chapman better be careful. Lisa Mattingly is over there trying to keep her in the coaching box. She has been after June Courteau all night long.
It's been a slow boil that is building to a crescendo here for Pokey Chapman. 2-point ball game. Bring it around to Sylvie Fowles' side of the floor. Boy, Parker working hard defensively to get in front of her.
Yeah, your passes have got to be so timely because Fowles might be open for a moment or two, and if you don't get it to her, the opportunity's gone.
Plenty of time on the shot clock. Cheney spins. Oh, what a circus shot. That's the first tie since 4 apiece, and Kiana Cheney has 9.
A tough shot. Nice when you can create off the dribble and get your own.
Bobbitt back in the ball game, running the point now for Tennessee. Bobbitt gives them a little bit more of a threat from downtown, as does Spencer. Had to go halfway down and out. And the rough shooting night continues for the senior from Hoover, Alabama. Chance now for the Tigers to take the lead with just under 8:20 to go. This is about the time they powered away from Arkansas in their last game, but they turn it over instead, and Pat Summitt holds up the stop sign for Bobbitt. And that's going to be a foul against the Lady Tigers and Erica White, who was caught on a mismatch with Parker. Good choice, huh?
Yeah, pretty good choice. And Bobbitt continues to get an earful from Pat Summitt over here on the sideline. Just continues to coach this young lady up. Junior in terms of class, first year at Tennessee.
One of 2 junior college players that Pat Summitt has recruited. The first time they've had a couple of JC players in several years. Inside for Anasicki. And foul sent it back.
Twice on the pipes. 6'6", really long. And a talented defender. Sylvia Fowles getting busy on the blocks. I love that.
Second in the conference in block shots. Deanna Cheney taking care of the offense for the Lady Tigers at one end, and defensively, you can't be writing rubber checks with Sylvia Fowles in there. It'll bounce.
The Verizon Wireless Broadband Access Card transforms any time into productive time. So when you're on the go, so is the network. It's 100% business and 0% office. Connect to email, downloads, and browse the internet while working on America's most reliable wireless broadband network. Visit VerizonWireless.com/BBA.
Conflict boils over like an angry sludge. Politicians lie to us like they've got a grudge. We're in a decaying spiral of fevered ferocity.
3 V-dubs for under 17,000. Whoa!
Hope springs.
What is this?
Garbage.
No, these are our bills. How can you just toss out our bills?
I got people.
Play the Toss Out Your Bills instant win game at H&R Block. You could win $10,000 to pay off your bills or one of thousands of other instant cash prizes.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by Refreshingly Smooth Bud Light, always worth it, and Verizon Wireless.
Welcome back, everyone, to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Big Monday presented by Bud Light, Tennessee and LSU. Two powers deadlocked at 42. Part of Judgment Week presented by Cisco. Well, Shannon Bobbitt, a little bit conspicuous by her silence in this game, especially in the second half.
Well, there was a play late in the first half, and we're revisiting this for a reason, folks. This was their last second opportunity. Now, they were going for one shot. She shoots it with too much time. Now, they end up getting something good out of this, but going off at the half, Pat Summitt talked to her at length because time and score, and the reason that play is important right now is because we're talking about possessions. So it's important the rest of this game. It's also important as you go to the NCAA because it's 1, 2, and 3 possessions that can decide a game. You make mistakes, you're going to pay for it.
Yeah, for more, let's go to Rebecca.
Doris, right on the money. I asked Pat what she said to Bobbitt coming out of half. She said, I told her, don't try to do too much. In that situation, at the end of first or second half, if you can find Parker, reverse the ball and go to her.
Well, you know, New York City folklore says that she'll get some run at the Rucker League. Cut her teeth up there a little bit.
Yeah.
From Manhattan. And this is Candace Parker inside against Fowles. And a whistle and a foul called against Sylvia Fowles. That's her second personal foul as we take a look at our stat track. Fowles getting her money's worth on that foul. LSU getting 60% from the field courtesy of a lot of their runouts and fast break buckets. That's better than in the first half. Parker at the free throw line. Candace Parker, 6'4" sophomore, the subject of national magazine cover stories, ESPN, the magazine, Sports Illustrated. She's been in the spotlight for several years now and used to it.
This is one area. Now, they talked to Dean Lockwood about getting up on her toes on the release of her foul shot. See, she didn't finish on her toes there, Mark Jones. That's 2 misses. If there's an area she can get better, free throw shooting is one of them.
Spencer trying to make it happen. Bobbitt, and that's why Bobbitt's in the ball game as opposed to McMahon. We were talking about it during the break. They will not lay off. You can't afford to double off Bobbitt and guard Parker.
Yeah, you called that earlier in game. You're like, hey, she's a threat from out there. And they want her to be assertive.
Inside for Fowles. Missed it. I'm not sure if that was partially blocked by Parker.
I think it was. That was a heck of a play athletically. Wow.
Couple of bigs going at it underneath Doris.
I'll tell you what, they reverse the basketball. They're going to get the post entry where it's the best opportunity to come. I think she thought she got bodied, but that's good defense. Great challenge.
2 of the premier post players in the nation on the court tonight. Candace Parker, Tennessee, and Sylvia Fowles of LSU. Parker underneath. Fowles right in her grill. Got a new shot clock here. And Fowles knocked it away. Out of bounds, it'll be Tennessee basketball still with 6:48 to go. A win for Tennessee tonight, and they would lock up the SEC's regular season title. If LSU wins, they stay in the title race, but they would still need a lot of help.
What a battle inside between Parker and Fowles.
And Bobbitt getting the foul that time on LeBlanc. And that's her third personal foul.
No. I think they're going to say this was on the floor, so no two-shot opportunity.
Up top for Parker. And Candace Parker finishing close to the bucket. She has 24.
That's exactly what we talked about at the start of this telecast. Initiating contact, trying to make the N1 situation happen.
There's the runner. That is her shot. Hightower, adept, skilled at that floater in the lane. She has 8, narrowing the lead back to 3 points.
Incredibly difficult shot to contest. A floater with somebody that long and athletic who creates separation.
And Asicki kicks it back out to Bobbitt. Parker calling for the ball to be reversed. Working against the shorter Hightower. And that's what happens. Made him pay the price. Had her in jail. Parker with 26.
So what we're seeing is a Tennessee team that's better at post-entry pass and establishing their star.
And Pokey Chapman can try and find something to counter that. We're going to stay right here. LSU trailing by 5 points. And Candace Parker has made the difference in the last 2 or 3 minutes for Tennessee.
That's exactly right, because about 8 minutes into the second half, she only had 2 points and 2 rebounds, but they've made a concerted effort to establish her on the blocks. It helps, Mark, when you have somebody making shots, because then it's not as easy to double team, but this is the array of areas. We said she can score from anywhere on the floor, but her best opportunities typically come from around the rim.
Recently eclipsed the 1,000-point career mark in 50 games at Tennessee. She did it faster than any other player in the school's history. And 25 career double-doubles. 26 and 12 tonight. Plenty of ball to come. You want me to say she might revolutionize the game? I'll say it. An inscrutable mixture of skill and agility.
I've been forced to expand my vocabulary working with you, Mark Jones.
Cheney with a nice show and go. Tipped out of bounds off of Sylvia Fowles. Just under 5.5 minutes to go. Tennessee leading by 5.
I don't think there's any surprise. I'd be shocked if they don't try to enter the ball at some point to Candace Parker, because LSU has not had an answer in the last couple minutes. She sends Nikki Anasicki opposite, so they get a little strong triangle here.
This was something that Pat Summitt added to the team's offense several years ago, the triangle, as they turn it over. And White gave it right back to them. Parker in the open court. That's going to be a foul against Erica White. And Parker a little bit shaken up. That's the second personal foul against Erica White. And I think that might be fatigue as much as anything else. We saw her earlier in the game tug on her jersey, the universal basketball parlance for coach, take me out of the game, give me a breather.
Looks like she landed on that left hip, or perhaps her hand.
Candace Parker being attended to on the sidelines by the team's medical staff. As Dominique Redding will come into the ball game for the Lady Vols. And as we've seen earlier tonight, I would guess that this will be a very short respite for Candace Parker on the bench. Pat Summitt makes very good use of the timeouts to add a little time, not using game time on the clock to get her rest.
Great thought. In fact, she did that in the Connecticut game. She looked at Pat Summitt during the Connecticut game and said, hey, coach, don't be taking those timeouts home with you.
LSU with a 21-game home conference winning streak on the line tonight. They recently had their 43-game home winning streak snapped by UConn a little over a week ago. 5 on the shot clock for Bobbitt. Got to get with the program and quick. Got it sent back by Hightower.
Boy, LeBlanc did a great job staying between Bobbitt and the basketball. And when she slipped, well, look at this help defense. I mean, how about that recognition from a rookie? In assistance when she sees her teammate hit the deck. Good stuff defensively.
And Parker, as predicted, back in the ball game. Chance to cut the lead to 3 for LSU. Of course, you would think somebody's got to help spread that defense and take the pressure off of fouls by hitting an outside shot. They go to fouls, who had Parker pinned. And the foul is going to go against Candace Parker. That's her second personal. That's the third team foul for Tennessee. That's the 15th foul. Cheney gave it a thought. No double team and fouls, takes advantage, goes over the top of Anisicki.
Remember the point Rebecca made about she needed to be patient on the catch. And Kara Lawson talked about that of Candace Parker. That was a prime example. She didn't panic. She didn't rush the shot.
Hornbuckle out to Spencer. Bobbitt. 6 on the shot clock. They wanted to reverse it. Hornbuckle sends it back to Bobbitt. 1 on the shot clock. And fouls clears for LSU. Sylvia Fowles, the leading rebounder in the SEC, has 14 tonight. And Cheney lost control of it.
This is just maddening to a coach like Pokey Chapman. I mean, you preach the value of the basketball and good offense being good defense. Now you're putting a lot of pressure on this end of the floor. They've done a heck of a job. Tennessee's got 49 points with 3 to play. They've done a heck of a job defensively, but you're making yourself have to work harder.
This game a little bit lower scoring than most of us would have thought. LeBlanc with the steal and the easy layup. It's a 1-point game, under 3 minutes to go. At 7 for LeBlanc. We're here at the Pete Maravich Assembly Center. Number 3 against number 7. I'm Mark Jones along with Doris Burke and Rebecca Lobo. And Pokey Chapman has her team to within 1 point.
Well, you get great anticipation by Rashante LeBlanc, who's simply going to step up in the passing lane, get a hand on the basketball. She actually uses the inside arm, which can be dangerous because that's where a foul would come if there was contact. But her speed, Rashante LeBlanc has done a nice job this year of concentrating on the defensive end of the floor.
For Sylvia Fowles, it was a tough going, especially in the first half offensively. But she's gotten some key baskets here, Doris, in the second half. This is what it looked like in the first half of play.
Uses one dribble in that particular instance to create an opportunity to get closer to the rim around 3 defenders. You see, she does not lack for company on the catch. And here's the thing, folks. This is a young lady who's got tons of upside. She will be more polished by the time she leaves LSU on the offensive end.
15 points to go along with 14 rebounds. Let's see what Tennessee runs coming out of this timeout. They set a screen for Anisicki. Spencer reverses it. Parker on the post-up. And it's picked off by Erica White. And a chance for the Lady Tigers to take the lead. Oh, Hightower.
Yeah, great patience, though. I think that's great decision-making.
LeBlanc ISO'd against Parker. LeBlanc, tough shot, fouls, and fouled by Parker. And that's 3 on Candace Parker. Much to the chagrin of a debating plaintiff, Pat Summitt. A chance for LSU to take the lead when we come back.
Gentlemen, we'll be landing shortly. For those of you connecting to Atlanta, you'll be at gate A9, Buenos Aires, A17, back from a long night out with the entire Tokyo office, capped off by a karaoke rendition of I Am Woman that certainly no one will forget, and still pulling off that 7-figure deal the next morning without a hitch. You're at gate C21, Denver, C10.
We know why you fly. We're American Airlines. American now flies to Tokyo, Shanghai, and Delhi every day.
Since you can get rewards with thank you points from your Citi credit card and for your everyday banking at Citibank, it's easier to get the rewards you want. Call 888-511-CITI.
Traffic ahead.
Incredible. You found a golf course near the conference. Awesome Chinese. Now you find me a way around traffic. I love you.
Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you're never coming around.
Take Market Street exit.
You're right. We'll just keep it professional, you know?
Go everywhere, find everything. Fall hard for the new Where To GPS at Avis.
I've always considered myself a pretty knowledgeable sports fan. That was until recently.
They finally got those college football rankings down to a science.
He was talking sports out of his
Ignorance, really.
Boy, that Vince Young turned out to be a bust, huh?
I didn't know that by watching ESPN News, I could get up to the minute sports news 24 hours a day. So now when I talk sports, I do it right.
Dave Revson, our Sports Center in-game studios. Want to get you up to date on a couple of the men's games going on right now. Marquette now on top of Villanova. Dominic James hitting from the top of the key. Gives the Golden Eagles the 7-point lead. Right now they're up by 8 at 59-51 over on ESPN. And it's Pittsburgh on top of Seton Hall. 30-26 though. The Hall hanging around in that one.
All right, Dave, Big Monday presented by Bud Light. All part of Judgment Week presented by Cisco. Tennessee leading by 1. LSU has never led, but they have an opportunity to do that here with Sylvia Fowles at the free throw line. Fowles, a 6'6" junior from Miami, Florida, grew up playing basketball against her 3 brothers, who, by the way, all were at least 6'4".
That'll toughen
That's
you
a
up.
good way to learn.
Yeah, that'll toughen you up just a bit, Mark Jones.
Down in my part of the country, 305 area code, and ties the game at 49. It's the 4th tie of the ball game. Let's go to Rebecca. Rebecca, what came out of that Lady Tiger huddle?
Pokey Chapman looked at our team and said that last defensive possession, we were scrambling, not just talking, but moving. On offense, we have to exercise control, be strong with the ball. Talk, move, go inside out. Then she said, show some heart.
Well, LSU, Rebecca, has played in several tight games already this year. This is a stage that they're very comfortable on. Inside to Anasicki, 7 on the shot clock. Hornbuckle. Parker kicks it back out, 2 on the shot clock. Hornbuckle. Oh, she finishes with the left hand scoop shot. Just 4 points in the game, but none more important than that one.
No, but she's got 4 assists and 5 rebounds, Mark Jones, and she didn't let all that crap that happened beforehand, not being involved offensively, bother her. I love that kid.
Pat Summitt looked over at us at the table and said she's been saving that one, or something along those lines. They used every second of that shot clock.
Well, let's see, is it out of her fingers before the shot clock goes off?
Ooh, that's close.
That is real close. I don't think so. It almost looks like it's on her fingertips.
Yeah.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
It'll count. As Sylvia Fowles go to the free throw line now, Nikki Anasicki picked up her 4th personal foul. 1:21 to go. Fowles, a 64% free throw shooter.
Mark, she's got it too much on her palm. This should be up on her fingertips a little bit more.
17 points for Sylvia Fowles. She has her 15th consecutive double-double tonight. Well, it works for her, at least tonight. Knotted at 51.
Surprised we don't see offense-defense substitutions because Redding has been making shots and LSU still in the zone.
Boy, Nikki Anasicki was left wide open for a minute. Sydney Spencer still cold, and Parker fouled underneath by Hightower, and she'll go to the free throw line for a pair. Pat Summitt's team, with a win tonight, would clinch the SEC's regular division season title. LSU, meanwhile, playing for a high seed, and mathematically, don't count them out. a win against Tennessee tonight for LSU would keep them in the running for the regular season title, although they would need some help because their tiebreaker situation is not very favorable. Parker at the foul line, strong. Tennessee as a team, actually Parker is just 4 of 11 from the charity stripe tonight. And as a team, not much better.
Feels like she's got all the free throws for Tennessee. I don't think anyone else has been there, Mark. Is that right?
You're
yes,
right.
Yeah.
Well, these two teams have played in several close games in the past. Most notably, last year, Parker with the isolation play and the game-winning bucket right there. With 17 seconds remaining, Simone Augustus with a last-gasp effort for LSU. Spencer dribbles out the clock, and hey, Tennessee popping their collars afterwards, deservingly so, as they won that meeting against LSU. But in the last 2 regular season meetings, LSU has won. That one was in the conference tournament.
Parker has a season high 13 rebounds. Her career high is 15.
Second free throw on the way for the lead.
That time she finished up on her toes, as she and Dean Lockwood had talked about doing.
1 minute to go. LSU trailing by 1.
This is a little 2-2-1. They can extend it 3-quarter or half-court as they did in this particular position.
Who besides Sylvia Fowles might be willing to step out and take the big shot?
Don't be surprised if it's the rookie.
Cheney on the drive. Got it back out of bounds, and it's off of Sylvia Fowles' shoulder, but Kiana Cheney had a great look at it on the drive.
She's athletic enough to make those shots. We saw one earlier today. Now you're going to play good individual defense here if you're LSU. They're not going to foul, clearly.
10-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Hornbuckle calls timeout for Tennessee. And the Lady Volunteers with a 1-point lead with 32.6 to go. Here's what it all means, folks. In the SEC standings, Tennessee is undefeated so far. And in speaking to the players, to a man, to a player, to a woman, they want to remain. Their goal is to stay undefeated in conference play this year. LSU is at 9-2. Georgia, which defeated LSU at home recently, at 10-3. Vandy at 9-3, and Tennessee still has to play against Vandy.
Yeah, that's not an easy one. That's a team that screens over and over. Vandy has played them tough. They have not been able to come out with a win. We'll see if they can get it next time. And LSU, we talked about the fact that, Mark, they have to win 2 of the final 3 not to be a 5 seed in the SEC tournament. That's huge. But if you're looking here to what to do, obviously you're working your offense through number 3.
There's a look at LSU's remaining schedule. A tough one at Vandy, then at home against Alabama, then the SEC tournament game.
You're using every bit of this clock. There's a 9-second differential, but the ball is going to go through Candace. She simply has to touch it.
Hornbuckle takes it right into Anasicki. Boy, Anasicki back out to Bobbitt. Not a high percentage play, and they get it back. And now LSU might have to look at fouling, which they do. Boy, can you believe Anasicki had a wide open layup, Doris, and kicked it back out. Now, Bobbitt going to the free throw line, hovering around 80% from the free throw line for most of the season.
Tennessee's going to use a timeout here. 84% on the season. She has not taken a free throw here tonight.
Well, it took her a little bit of time to adjust to the Division I basketball stage. A junior college player, Shannon Bobbitt, from Athens, Texas. That's where she played her junior college basketball. Pat Summitt's first JC player since 1977, and she has the big part of the future of this game in her hands right now as we take a look at Tennessee's remaining schedule. We talked about this being a very short week for the Lady Vols. They take on Vandy after playing at Arkansas. Quick turnaround, and then the SEC tournament begins.
Clearly, you're doing a couple of things in these respective huddles, Mark Jones. First and foremost, obviously, Pat Summitt is counting on 2 free throws. That drastically changes the options for LSU. If 2 are made, obviously, you have got to go for the 3-point shot when you get the basketball back. If it's a 2, then you inbound it and you get up the floor. And see, I don't like to take a timeout because it gives you a defensive chance to set. I think you push the guard with Erica White, you push the pace, and you get right to the rack.
And pretty much 12 seconds to go, Doris. That's an eternity in basketball time to get a good look and a good shot or 2.
And defensively, if you're Tennessee, regardless of what happens, you come with a little bit of soft pressure. You see the 7 fouls, 1 timeout remaining for each, respectively.
Each team with a timeout remaining, and Alexis Hornbuckle had the left-handed layup at the end of the shot clock. Was it out of her hand?
It doesn't look like it. I think that's clearly sitting on her fingertips. She was in motion, but it was not off of her tips.
That was a key bucket that counted with about 1:38 to go. Now, Shannon Bobbitt with 2 at the free throw line. Actually, it's a 1-and-1 and makes it.
Now get ready for 5.
She looks over at Pat Summitt and gives her, yes, ma'am. Good job, Bobbitt. Love to see kids step up under duress and make this shot. Now, again, make or miss, a little soft pressure from Tennessee. Do not let the ball get by you or behind you.
She makes it a 3-point game, and timeout called by Tennessee. So that gives LSU an opportunity to draw one up, which Pokey Chapman will do. Now, when you look at the threats offensively for LSU, you obviously, Doris, start inside with fouls. Their 2 best 3-point shooters are LeBlanc and Cheney.
Yeah, and I don't think there's enough time here to go for the quick 2 foul and try to get the ball back. I think you've got to set the best look at a 3 that you can possibly get. Obviously, you've got a long way to go, a full 94 feet to advance. But you're right, in terms of percentages, Kiana Cheney, 32%. Erica White is actually 37%, but she has not taken a lot of them. LeBlanc has been sensational, 46%.
Well, LSU has played in a close game here most recently against UConn. It worked out in the Huskies' favor. Here's a look at how it all ended.
The made shot that ties it up, Renee Montgomery, who had hurt them all game long, performed at a big moment in a big way, made the game-winning 3. Looks like Portia Phillips, Mark Jones, has the game-tying 3-point shot, but she is on the line. Dee Kantner, emphatically, nothing doing, and Connecticut a big, big win on the road.
Interestingly enough, they haven't lost 2 games in a row at home since 95-96. This has been a bastion of strength for LSU over the years.
Yeah, you got a lot of time to advance. I thought Franny Pichello on our air did a lot of great work talking about how many dribbles you can get if there's 4 or 5 seconds, almost a dribble per second. But you've got time. And look, Tennessee is coming with pressure, as I thought they might, just to slow the ball.
Erica White is 6 of 16 on 3-pointers this year. Cheney got a look. Oh, it almost banked in. Fouls. Should have thought about throwing it back out. Instead, she missed the putback, and that might do it. The foul called against the Lady Tigers, and Tennessee poised and ready to storm out of Baton Rouge with a win here. Yes, the sweat on the furrowed brow of Candace Parker tells the story, and she is our Cisco player of the game with 27 points to go along with 13 rebounds. Another career double-double for Candace Parker, as Alberta Auguste will go to the free throw line. And now it's a 2-possession game. That does it.
Great defense on that last possession. You came with pressure for Pat Summitt. You forced them to really work to get the ball up the floor. It made the shot that much more difficult. We thought they'd come with pressure. You got to try to make LSU make a really difficult shot.
Tennessee remains undefeated in SEC conference play. They improve to 12-0, and more importantly, Pat Summitt, in 33 years of coaching at Tennessee, clinches another SEC regular season championship with the victory. They rode the broad, strong shoulders of Candace Parker. An impressive showing by her tonight, and a show of mutual respect between her and Sylvia Fowles, 2 of the premier bigs in the entire country. LSU, meanwhile, falls to 23-5 on the season and 8-3 in conference play, as we go courtside to Rebecca Lobo. Rebecca?
Guys, here with the player of the game, Candace. Your goal was to go undefeated in the regular season in the SEC, but you clinched a share, or clinched the SEC championship. What does this mean to you guys as you finish out the regular season and go into the tournament?
We played hard tonight. We came out with a mission. We just stuck together, and I'm really proud of us. We have a chance to run the table in the SEC.
This is your closest victory of the season so far. How does this help your team prepare?
This helps us prepare. I mean, this is a postseason atmosphere. We know that we'll probably see LSU again, and it won't be on their home court.
Thanks so much. Congratulations. Mark?
All right, our final score once again, 56-51. Yes, SEC champs. That is in part the recruiting pitch that Pat Summitt goes out with, you would think. She says, hey, if you come to Tennessee, you'll play for a national championship. If you don't come, we'll still play for a national championship. Tennessee winning by 5. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports, your exclusive home for the NCAA Women's Basketball Championship. For Doris and Rebecca, we're going to send it back to the studio with Dave.